I don't know. I guess we can see the link to... Hang on. Let me try something. If I take this and I paste it into a browser thing, what happens? Oh, you can see the actual image, I think. Just to look at it. And, well, it looks like here's Elizabeth after all to see herself. Dad got back from the hospital, which I guess is where he was. And now she knows everything as well. So I guess we'll be seeing each other again. And Matt too? Well, who knows about that? Matt's... whether Matt's state is kind of uncertain right now. Seems right now he's going back to his uncle's place. Told him that so much so I'm fitting that description over. Police called him and told him. Well, neither of them knew that he was alive back then, though. It's just wishful thinking. Didn't really have any evidence that either was the case. So I guess we are going to hope that that happens. But I don't think we're ever going to see it happen because of the stuff I've already mentioned. So I guess we're going to say bye here and not at the bus stop. Not saying goodbye because she knows she'll see them again. When we do, oh boy, someone else does the cooking. Or bring the charcoal. Okay, that wasn't quite what I was expecting. Well, he didn't really get a chance to cook anyway, so we don't actually know how that works. Or how that would have turned out. And there we are. So I'm pretty sure that's it. This is the freaking castle, because we need that. Robbins with one B, but which presumably still pronounced Robbins and not Robins. And all these characters, which aren't quite as well developed as the ones in Hotel Dusk, but still play some kind of role. That seems like such an underwhelming thing to say, though. Play some kind of role at some point, but I guess it's true. Like Janet and Sam, it makes sense that they were together because they're kind of just there. They're not really of consequence at any real point. And I guess Greg was telling the truth the whole time, so that's nice. wonder what happened to Sophia though. She's kind of still on the loose, but I guess he doesn't have a grudge on Ashley's mom like the other two villains do, so... Or maybe not quite to the same extent. I mean, she was still interested in the experiments. But apparently she was more interested in manipulation in a general sense and not just that particular project. So maybe that could have been like a setup for another possible game, but yeah, let's look at these names of characters that weren't actually shown. Well, I mean, Kelly was shown, she was a spook, not a person. And Psycho Robbins. Well, I guess also has a character model that they used just for this scene. And maybe the intro, I don't remember. So yeah, that was the game. And, well, much like the first game, it kind of has a lot of interesting concepts mixed into it, but with the storytelling and the themes and such, but I don't think it quite exploits them as well as it could. But then again, I think that's like a running thing in Ching's game. Just can't think of it. It's like they have good presentation, they have good setup, but and I guess that's something you could say. Their stories do feel pretty organic for what that's worth, for the most part. Like, it doesn't take unnecessary convolutions, and it does create things that appeal to a more realistic kind of outlook about what happens in them, but I guess because of that, if you're not really looking for that, then it might come across as just a little bit underwhelming. But I still feel that they're unique and memorable enough that they have their own merits, and apparently some people agree with me based on the surprising amount of fan art that this game or this series has. And well, as far as visual novel type stuff goes, it's hardly that low on the rung, or that low on the ladder of quality. I guess it could be a little bit more accessible since the whole being on the DS and Wii, which, well, I guess the DS and Wii are tied into the gameplay and the story itself because of the gadgets that are supposed to look like them, and that you have to use to actually control it, but at the same time I think it also kind of limits the reach it can have. I can have the feeling that this would have a way bigger audience if it were available in other mediums, but since, they made so many of the game mechanics revolve around that, it's kind of obvious that it's a choice that they were very much aware of and wanted to use to a good extent. So overall, I think... Oh wait, gotta have this ending screen, in which she goes back to being a hipster and I guess performs at a band contest. Did she win though? We will never know. There's a picture of her with mom. I don't know if this was in the regular ending, or... Oh wait, mom's a ghost. I just noticed that. Mom's a ghost in this picture. I guess this was taken during the events of the game, which makes sense because, mom has been dead for a long time by the time she looks like that. So let's make another clear game save here. Why not? Even though I don't think I'm ever going to do anything else with that. Also, I think if you do like sequential New Game Plus things, like you beat the game and you reload that you create a new save with that, then it starts as New Game Plus. But I think if you clear New Game Plus and you start a new game with that, it's just the same as a regular new game, so... Pretty sure that's it. Okay, wait, what the hell I just did? I didn't want to actually start a new game, no. Reset. Is that even an option for me right now? Is that even an option in the emulator, or is this going to... Okay, yes, I guess it is. Good, good. Wasn't sure if that was gonna work for a second there. I think now that I've done this, and I'm left here at the neutral point, I guess the loading screen here, that everything is in place. Gonna make another save in case I ever want that for anything, and even though I doubt I will, since I already pretty much recorded a playthrough of the entire game, which is going online. And leave it off there. So that was another code, aka trace memory, followed by another code R. In that duology of games, which, you know, based on the developer's status as not existing right now, will probably stay as a duology. So, having witnessed that, I believe it might be time for, or it might mean, well, it is time for to move on to something else. So next week will be another game, which is going to be directly related to that which I'm going to show in a few minutes, which after I take another quick break, which might include being a little bit longer than usual because of dumb reasons. But still not that long overall. We will be going over to livestream. Actually, let me link that since... Since Mick doesn't have mod right now. And looking at stuff. And if you've been here, you know, at all, I think you can already tell what that's going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it off there. And I will see you there in a few minutes.